Welcome everyone. Hope you're all doing well this afternoon. Looking forward to a hot and steamy day and for the rest of the week as well. We'd also like to welcome Wayne Underwood, who's joining us via Zoom, and it's Wayne's birthday. So if we can all give a happy birthday to Wayne. I hope we can. Technology is an interesting thing, so we'll see. To get started here, we'll call Brandon up for a prayer.
Everyone, I don't get to be here as much in the summer. Kids all day long, so fun times. But let's pray. Father, we thank you for this day, for everything that you've set forth in it for us, Lord. For you have plans for us to prosper, Lord. You want us to gather together, love one another, and discuss ideas and things that we can work together to build your kingdom, to love our neighbors, and just do our best with what we've been given. Bless the food that we partake today, and we just give you all glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Now, if y'all join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will call Doc up, Smith up to lead us in our sing-along.
With Joe Simpson, fine help, let's sing America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for slaves to strive for and her ways of rain, for her mountains majesty above the fruited plain. America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Jolly good.
We'll now welcome some of our guests, and we'll ask Sergeant at Arms just if we have any visiting Rotarians. Thank you, Joseph. Do we have any other guests in the room?
This is Stacy Wingo. Stacy is a new member of our Ministry Statement Memorial. She's working partly as an associate alongside me, and her other initiative is to create a Latino ministry in the surrounding community here.
Any other guests in the room this afternoon? All right. Well, we do have Roger Bryant. I just saw him pop into the corner. I don't know if you guys can see that up there, but we have the camera here. So Roger's also joined us on Zoom as well. So welcome, Roger. Good to see you. All right, so we have some announcements, and I'm trying to handle it as well as I can, as I know that Jason will do as well. We've got so many different things going on, so many different activities in our community. Now, I wanted to make sure we listed some that were happening, especially those that are close within proximity to the time the week and then the month of where we're at. We do have some things further out in September and those holiday events that come along. But I tried to identify some of the activities that are happening here in proximity in July. And as always, the floor will open up if you have any other activities as well. So some of the things we have going on locally is a back to school drive. Hunter, do you have anything that you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, we're just collecting school supplies to get ready for when we go back to school in August. There's several businesses around town. We'll be posting on our social media before long all the places that are collecting items.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I think if anyone else is interested or likes the sound of a Tuscany vacation, Hunter has more information on that as well. CIS is doing a drawing for tickets to a 5-day.
Yeah, it's for a week vacation for 4 people to Tuscany. There's flyers on your table. You can scan the QR codes or go to our website to purchase those. You can also buy them in person from us as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. And along with that, the music series rolls into its next month of activity. As we know, the music series is put together this year to help support our local arts and those within East Davidson, Ledford, and the Thomasville Primary School. We've got a great mix this time coming up. Tommy is working with live performers as well to make sure we have a really different kind of experience. I think he's diving into it. And it's new to Tommy as well, so he's excited about it. But we'll have that on July 18th. It also is the Women in Rotary identified activity that Kim, do you have anything you want to add to that?
For the music series?
Yes, for the Women in Rotary specifically.
Well, anybody wants to come and help.
Okay.
That's what we do with that. The Women in Rotary want to do the bag bingo.
Gotcha. Oh, I'm sorry.
Anybody wants to do the bag bingo, just let me know. We've got a table set up for that.
We'll get to there's a bookie bag bingo right there. That is the Women in Rotary event. If you'd like to assist with the music series though, all hands are always welcome to do so. Or just come enjoy it because it's a great night. I know that a lot of folks said they had a really good time the first evening. As well, and what Kim was just alluding to, the Women in Rotary evening, there's a boogie bag bingo that's going to go to support downtown Thomasville and the theater initiative,
yes.
Correct?
And I have a poster. We have sponsorships available and tickets. It'll be a fun night. And it is to raise money to do the first phase of the palace, which will be the design and architectural work.
And there's a lot of good momentum behind that project, and there's some different things coming that way to really get that kick-started as well. One thing that we want to make you aware of is the farmers market is pretty successful on the weekends here in town, but they are starting a midweek market at the Aquatic Center. So I thought that was interesting to share with everyone. If you're looking for fresh produce and things of that nature, each afternoon, if you wait about 2 hours after we get out of here, they'll be at our Aquatic Center selling produce. And trying to get access to those things that you can see on the weekends during the weekdays. If you're interested in any kind of food trucks as well downtown, each Thursday evening this month, starting tomorrow night, we'll have Thursday night bites, and there'll be food trucks downtown if that's something that you're interested in. Different ones, I know that the Harbor One Seafood on July 30th has some of the best wings in the state, so if you're a wings person, check that out. Also, things that I thought were of importance to definitely share for the month of July. This Tuesday coming up, Meals of Grace will be hosted, and I don't see Elaine, but I know that she may need help. If you do want to support that or be there, reach out to Elaine. And then Candace, I think, has some more information on the initiative with the High Times this Friday night, taking the kids to the ball game.
Yes. So there is on everybody's table one of these to sign up. Even if you cannot come, we are actually putting it out there as a Rotary family night out. So we want to see as many Rotarians there. If you have a Rotary t-shirt, please wear your Rotary t-shirt. We want to make it really visible that this is a Rotary event. Bring your kids, bring your grandkids. And then we are also, you can see on here, for $10, you can sponsor one of the children or house parents. There's a total of 16 that are going from Baptist Children's Home. Already have 3 that are sponsored, so I need 13 more sponsored at $10 a piece. You can give me the money, or you can put on here to bill me. Okay, I just need to know if you're not planning to attend. I need to know who needs to be billed. Okay, so we will for $10. Even if you don't have a kiddo that you want to bring, it gets you into the game. General seating admission, chips, hot dogs, chips, and a drink, and then any kiddos that come, including those that we're bringing from Baptist Children's Home, will get to go and meet the ball players, hang out in the dugout, and be out on the field for the national anthem. Regarding, I know I do pictures for our public image that I post. I wanted to, while I had everybody here, if you are there Friday night and take any pictures, please do not have the face of any of the children from Baptist Children's Home. We have to protect them. They cannot be put out on social media. So if you take any pictures, put all of us on there as much as you want. You can put the back of them while they're standing on the field. As a matter of fact, when they announce the group that is there visiting, it's not going to be announced that it's Baptist Children's Home. Okay, that's something that we know that we're doing, that we're providing, but we have to protect them. So the director called me yesterday and said, please just make sure all the Rotarians know that. Okay, so if you're able to come, we sure want you to be there. Greg was like, we'd like to see 60 or 70. I was like, oh, I would too, right? So as many of us that can be there, we'd love to have you there. Even if you can't come and stay for the whole game, come. The game is at 6:30. I'm going to be there by 6. We have the shelter where all the food's going to be. So come, eat, and at least look like that we were there and had a big show out, right? Were you going to say something? Shelter. Yes, it's under the shelter. Any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Candace. That's going to be a great event for those children and then for everyone else involved as well. Just keep in mind that photo disclosure information and those things while we're putting on a special evening for the participants. With that said, are there any other announcements that anyone would like to share? All right, hearing none, we'll move to Wanda and split the pot.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we collected $95. There are 40 cards left. And let me see. The total in the pot today is $1,186. So splitting it will be, somebody help me with the math.
Oh, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
500.
Half of it.
Sorry, half of that. Either way, it'll be good. Let's get someone to split.
All right.
So the number is 434208.
208. The last ticket sold.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not saying anything.
You win.
At least he did. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. That was a close call there, Michael. Yes, ma'am.
I had one more thing. I just wanted to say thank you again for all of the thank you notes.
Right.
So Jason and I delivered those. My daughter thought it was the biggest kind of ton. We delivered the thank you notes with donut holes. But I can tell you that when we got to the police department, the chief wasn't there, and the secretary wasn't there, and we said, is Lewis here? And so he came out. I don't know if he shared or not, because he said that he had just been telling Dana he wanted some donut holes, and I was like, it's your discretion whether or not you share, but please pass out the thank you notes. And then the following week, we delivered, and we did post pictures, and again, Dana, I wasn't sure, I tried to see if I could tag Lewis, so that's why I didn't originally. And then Jason and I went to the fire departments, and they were all gone, and we're like, with this kind of absence in the fire departments, we should see this big thing of smoke. But they were out there doing community outreach, and they were doing some fun stuff. So we went and found the firefighters and delivered donut holes to them. So the only picture that I had was where we placed, unless you got one with your fellas, where we placed the donuts on an empty table and there's no firefighters. So I didn't post anything.
Well, I know that we will work with the first responders to get those delivered, and I know our fire chief and the police chief were very grateful for the personable, how personable it was with the name, so they were very much appreciative. So thank you so, yeah, absolutely. That was a great thing for everyone to be involved in, and something fun to do for the club. So we got to put our fire chief to the test too, because you never realize how many different shifts in different places. And so I went over and highlighted different names and shifts and put him to the test. And he passed because he knew where his folks were. So that's a great thing that we're doing. I appreciate it. So today, too, we got exciting news. We get to introduce 2 new members to our club. At this time, I'd like to call up Heather Lewis and Candace Neary to briefly welcome Heather Beach and Mary Hasker. So Mary and Heather, if you could come up as well.
So, this is Heather Beach, not Beechwood, but Heather Beach. And Heather is actually my sister-in-law that moved down here from Virginia. And in case you haven't noticed, I love Rotary, and so to me, it just seemed pretty natural that since she was available at lunchtime, I was like, I think you need to come and eat with me. And we always say, I mean, invite people you want to eat lunch with, and I kind of like her. So, and not just because I have to, but anyway, so Heather moved from Virginia, is living with her aunt and helping to take care of her, and so I've kind of like, tried to wrangle her in on my committee, I told her what to sign up for under Kim. So if anybody has a committee you want her to be on, you might need to wrestle me for her. But we're excited to have her here, and just look forward to her being part of Thomasville. She lives in High Point with her aunt.
This is Mary D. Hasker. She is with Novant Health. Known Mary D. for a long time, and she is going to be a great addition to Rotary. She's our Novant Health representative.
So Mary, was this an intentional advertisement?
Yes.
Novant?
Opposite colors and all.
The cast is even Novant, so she is a team player, and that's what we're looking for in our Rotarians. That's wonderful. And so it is our duty to bring in new members into our club so we can strengthen our service throughout our community and through Rotary. Today we do welcome Heather Beach and Mary D. Hasker. Candace Neary and Heather Lewis are going to pin them. But we've chosen, you have been chosen because we believe that you represent your profession with integrity and uphold the ideals of Rotary in your public, professional, and personal lives. By joining our club, you also join a worldwide fellowship of Rotarians and are welcomed in clubs across the globe. Rotary membership is both an honor and responsibility, and you are encouraged to attend meetings, take part in our service projects, and share your talents throughout our community. So I ask all of our members to please rise. Rotarians Heather Beach and Mary D. Hasker, on behalf of the Thomasville Rotary Club, I formally admit you to membership and present you with our emblem. I believe you've been pinned. And fellow Rotarians, please welcome our newest members, Heather Beach and Mary D. Hasker. Thank y'all very much. All right, and now we'll move on to today's program. Today's program is the club assembly. And what I've been told with that is to talk about the year to upcoming and then years to come. Of where we see our club, where we are today, and what we hope to be as we move forward as a club together and as a team. I think one of the biggest things that I say before I get started is how grateful I am to be in this room with a lot of doers and a lot of folks that make things happen in our community. Honored to be standing as the club president and humbled as well. I look forward to working as a team together to continue to impact our community throughout the year and throughout the years to come when you think about the legacy that this club has within our community. Just the other day, we were at group text going, and some information was sent over from a friend of something he found of his grandfather's from 60 years ago of the club in action. And if that doesn't tell you where we are now is built on the shoulders of giants, I think that's things that we have to consider while we have the responsibility and the membership within our club. So I think one of the things you'll hear from me, and hopefully you'll see from me, as well as our board and the members as well, is that I think that the core thing that I think we need to be practicing and preaching this year is continued service above self. We say it, and I hope that we mean it through our actions, because I think that's the core of what Rotary, obviously international and locally, are trying to do. So I do, Jason said the first thing I should do is just rearrange all the seating, and I said that is not what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you I've learned a few things already. No, Jason didn't say that. But I want to make sure that we will do some fun things, and we have fun together, but also we got to think about our impact and the things that we're able to do as a group. So we did one thing that we learned at PETS. I'd never been to PETS before. It's the President-elect training, and things that the district as well as Rotary International are pushing are 3-year, looking further beyond just the tenure of a current term of presidency. When you step into the role, it seems as it just happens so quickly. But after talking to former presidents, it also is by the time you turn around, the year is over. And so continuity within the 3-year strategic goals are where we're trying to get to as a club. I met with Doug and Candace, some of the succession planning, to come up with these goals and things that we're looking at from things that we've heard from our members, but also things that we know that we're doing well and can build upon. This year, the international president and the motto of Rotary International is creating lasting impact. And I think that when you think about what we're trying to do as a club and what has been done, from our hospital to our parks, to things that have gone well beyond our tenures here in the club, are things that we're good at. And so I hope to build upon that legacy and continue to create a lasting impact. We also want layers of continuity between our officers and between our board. So there's consistency and activity that impacts us and keeps us stable. I think that we're very fortunate, as we all know. We always talk about Kim and Hope and the things that they do within our club, but we have a lot of folks who pour in a lot of things. Joseph stepping seamlessly into the music, and Doc helping, as always, is a huge thing. And so those are layers that we are able to adjust and keep moving forward as a group. And then we also, I've had some conversations with folks about expanding opportunities. How do we do that between reaching out to new businesses, to new entities, to invite them to come speak, invite groups to come be a part of what we're doing. Doug was very interested in seeing how to impact reaching out into the trades and seeing how we can get some of the folks that are involved in some of our HVAC and trades and mechanical things to attend our meetings. So those are some overarching concepts to be thinking about as I go through the next slides. And I promise you, I'm going to try to make them exciting. Okay, so obviously one of the goals, the club is only as strong as its people. So membership and growth retention is something, membership growth and retention are huge. There has to be a reason that you want to be here each Wednesday, but there has to also be a reason why you want to participate in other activities as well, why you want to go to the ball game this Friday, why you want to go to Meals of Grace to assist. And I think, again, that core component of service above self is something that is a reason why we're all in this room. We do want to maintain and steadily grow our club, and we see that. And how we do that, and I think that if we ask each other, most of the time a new member is because of an invite. It's an invite to come attend, it's an invite to say, hey, you want to come join me for lunch? I encourage you to think about that. Because that really is a foot in the door to having someone exposed to what we're doing here in our community. We also want to obviously continue our micro projects and ways to be involved. If you ever feel that you don't have access to something that you want to do or you have an idea, please don't hesitate to let me know or let someone else know about an idea, because good ideas happen all the time, and some of them may not be as intensive as you think when you get a lot of hands together. A rising tide lifts all ships, and so I think that's what we have here to lean on, and those ideas can really come to fruition. A lot of the service projects that we had last year were just that, and then they became something more than that. So those are things that are really, really interesting. One thing that we hope to look at as well is our onboarding and a mentorship support. So when you have the sponsor that brings you into the club, try to figure out someone over the next few months as well to check in. We want to do that as an executive board, and we want to do that as our table groups, but also just to make sure you're involved, because there are opportunities to be involved, and we want to make sure that we keep pushing that out as much as possible. So those are the key focus of our membership and our growth retention. The next would be our local service and our impact. We're going to build obviously upon what we do well. There's impact with we ring the bell, and it's such a good event, but it also does well to support our organizations locally. The water fountains, we all know, and for an update, we're about a week and a half to 2 weeks out of the water fountain being downtown. So hold tight, it's coming soon. But that imprint is continuing to expand to our community, and it's something that is really, it checks a lot of boxes of the key focuses of Rotary, and we're doing that locally. We also have had a lot of conversation with our district about their initiatives with their sleep grants, their sleep initiatives, and how to help amplify that. We are very fortunate to have the assistant governor in the room because Jason has moved into that role. I forgot to share his picture too. He wore a suit and everything to the hat up here. But we have a good pipeline to be able to kind of streamline that as well. And those are things that when you think about service above self, and something that's easily something that you can jump on is to make sure a child has a comfortable night's sleep, or do the best you can to provide that. We've looked at ways to tweak that because we do have some folks in our community that may not be a permanent resident of a home, and so even ways to provide sleeping bags and stuffed animals to make sure that a child has an opportunity to be comfortable in that nature. But also our annual events are huge, and they are also lifelines to what we're able to do because funding and things matter, and those fundraisers and ways to do that make a huge difference in our ability to impact our community. At our board meetings, for those who have attended them, we receive a lot of requests for sponsorships, and we receive a lot of requests for monetary support as well. And because of these events and these actions, we're able to do those things because of Hope's great work with the books as well, because that's usually the question, can we do that? But we're fortunate to have that. I know that there's some other clubs that probably don't face that in the same way. I was having a conversation with one of our future district governors about our water fountains, and I said, well, they run about $5,500, and he's like, that's a lot to some of our clubs. And so when we're able to provide that, if you think about that, that's almost over $15,000 of water fountain impact, clean water impact in our community of the 3 that exist right now. So we're very blessed to be able to do that in our community. And those events are reasons that we're able to do so. So that's, I think when we tie that together, we understand the bigger impact of some of those events, which is great. Another thing that we have been it's been mentioned to me, and also we have connections within our district, our international service engagement. We do a great job of Polio Plus and impacting that, but we've also had some folks reach out, or just conversations with myself, about looking at ways to maybe go with some international connectivity. I don't know what that looks like. We're talking 3 years. I don't think there's a trip to Jamaica tomorrow, although it might be nice. But we do have a district governor who is very tied to Jamaica and some of the clubs there. They have a robust Rotary presence in Jamaica. She's very tight with the president or past president in Savannah Lamar. It's a community that's on the south end of the island and still does not have power from Hurricane Melissa. So they're still impacted by the hurricane that we knew tore through last year. But we've talked about sister clubs and things of that nature. There's been that component in our club in the past. I know there's a clean water fountain somewhere in the world provided by the Thomasville Rotary Club. And so there has been some interest in that. So looking at those avenues to see if it's achievable, what does that look like? Is it just a connection between the clubs and doing something neat with a sister club, or is it even more to excuse me, to go visit or do anything of that nature? Could be. So those are things that folks have expressed interest to myself about, and we have a good pipeline for that with our district governor. Last thing that I'll hit on is our leadership development and succession planning. And so, like we said, we have obviously identified our president-elect and then our president nominee. But within our board and within our club, we want to make sure that if you're interested in things that you want to be a part of and you want a bigger role, to not hesitate to let us know that. There are committees and things that can function, that can make a difference in what we're doing each year, each month. So if you're looking for a way to be active, we see the committees as a strong pipeline to our board and then to service at even an officer level. And so those are things that I would, if you get approached about that, there's a way to do that softly and not hand you the keys to the car immediately. But there's ways to get involved with our board. There's ways to get involved with our committees that then can become a greater role within our club as you learn more and more about what Rotary does. I think that, and I think some of our former presidents and folks who've been involved for way longer than I have will tell you that it's very interesting how much Rotary does when you go to some of the regional meetings and you learn about the impact, not only locally but internationally. And it's like I said, you wouldn't be in the room if you weren't a doer. So I encourage you to be a doer and be a part where you can. We also talked about, and one thing that I do want to hit on, and I'm not nearly as versed in this as some others, and I think Doug is actually very versed in it, is some of the professional development you have as a member, and some of the portal for Rotary that you have access to for leadership trainings and things of that nature. I was not aware of all that, but he said that there's a lot of good modules and things that you could use for yourself or potentially for staff that can help do professional development, which is interesting because I think that, if you get 1% better every day, you're 365% better at the end of the year. So it's I think that's the right one.
Good man.
Thank you. That's right. Appreciate it, Eric. But those are things that you think of and you compound all that to get better. And that's, you want, when you're service above self, you're pouring out, but you also want to make sure the club's pouring into you. So I think that that's a cool thing that we have access to. And I'm still learning all the data things. That is, we're not going to jump to that yet. Those are the main points of our club assembly today. Are there any questions or anything that you'd like to see from the club that you'd like to share? Kim?
When I do the yearbook, I usually do who's got the prayer, who's got the programs, who's got the split the pot. And we used to have the 3-minute bio until Tommy made fun of me because he did it 4 times, but we're gonna expand that a little bit this year. Corey, if you wanna talk about that for just a minute.
Yeah, so we are, as we alluded to with our local businesses and folks that are attending, we do want to encourage some of those opportunities to do the 3-minute bio, things of that nature, to share a new business. We talked about the launch program that saw a lot of entrepreneurs come and to share some of the good things they're doing, or even your own business, to make sure that folks know about resources that are provided within our community. I think that we can do that through our programs, but we also can do that between some of those spotlighting. So we do intend to reach into that arena and to share more of that. But I think that will be something that we won't throw you on the spot. We'll make sure that we get you ahead of time to let you know about the opportunity. Knowing that opportunity, if you have someone or yourself would like to do so, please let me know and we'll make that happen. One thing that I also forgot to mention that I would like to give a little bit of gratitude is the sound system. Sounds very good today, and Steve said there was a big upgrade to the sound system over the weekend, so we appreciate that.
I really appreciate that.
And Doc appreciates it, so we're good to go. And I promise we're not moving seats. So we're good. Are there any other questions or anything that you guys can think of?
Corey, you meant to say you're not gonna try to move the seats.
Right. We're not doing a fun event.
If Kim would stand up, I could hear her like I hear you.
And we'll work on standing up when we speak. So I think I'm excited about the year. I hope you are as well. I think we've got a lot of good things that we can accomplish, and I think that at the core of it, it's service above self. It's about Thomasville, and it's about our community, and I think that everyone in the room would agree with that. So without further ado then, if we'll all stand. So as we go out from our meeting today, and all the things that we think, say, or do, first,
Is the truth, is fair to all concerned, will it build goodwill and better friendships, will it be beneficial to all concerned.